In 2011, a 28-year-old Zhang Yiming hunched over his laptop, scrolling through news apps on his smartphone. What frustrated him wasn't the lack of content, it was the irrelevance of it all. Algorithms on platforms like Baidu shoved generic headlines at users, ignoring personal tastes, moods, or the fleeting whims of mobile browsing. As a former Microsoft engineer who tinkered with startups, Zhang saw a glaring gap in a world where people devoured bite-sized digital snacks. Why couldn't technology serve up content as addictive and tailored as a perfectly timed meme? He didn't know how to do that, but that irritation ignited a vision, an AI-powered engine that would redefine discovery, turning passive scrolling into an irresistible feed. Little did he know, this spark would birth ByteDance and its crown jewel, TikTok, a platform that would conquer the world of 15-second video at a time. Zhang wasn't from tech royalty. Born in 1983 to civil servant parents in Fujian province, he was a self-taught coder with a relentless curiosity, studying microelectronics at Nankai University before bouncing between jobs at travel sites and Microsoft. By 2009, he'd co-founded a real estate search engine with Liang Rubo, but it fizzled amid fierce competition. Undeterred, Zhang dreamed bigger. In early 2012, he and Liang pooled their savings, rented a dingy 4-bedroom apartment in Zhongguancun, Beijing's startup hub, and assembled a ragtag team of 8 engineers. They called their venture ByteDance, a nod to Byte, for data and dance for the fluid rhythm of information. No fancy office, no venture capital, just laptops, instant noodles, and an audacious bet on machine learning to personalize news. The early days were a grind. ByteDance's first app, Neihan Duanzi, launched in March 2012 as a hub for jokes and memes, but it was Toutiao, their August 2012 breakout, that proved the concept. Toutiao headlines used AI to curate stories based on user behavior, pulling from thousands of sources without the bias of human editors. It exploded within 2 years. 13 million daily users were hooked, and Sequoia Capital dropped $100 million in 2014, valuing ByteDance at $500 million. But China's regulatory shadows loomed large. In 2018, authorities yanked Toutiao and Neihan Duanzi from app stores for vulgar content, forcing Zhang to hire censors and even prioritize Communist Party members in recruitment. Bootstrapped on grit and government tiptoeing, ByteDance scraped by, with Zhang sleeping under his desk during 72-hour coding marathons. They had no roadmap for video, but as mobile screens shrank and attention spans did too, Zhang spotted the next wave, short-form clips that could go viral faster than a tweet. The pivot came in 2016. Inspired by the explosion of live streaming in China and the dopamine hit of quick entertainment, ByteDance launched Douyin, shaking sound for its music sync roots on the 20th of September, built in just 200 days. It was a mobile-first playground for 15-second videos. Lip syncs, dances, skits, all turbocharged by that same AI algorithm from Toutiao. No more hunting for content. The For You page served endless, eerily perfect recommendations, keeping users glued for hours. Douyin hit 100 million users in a year, with 1 billion videos viewed daily, proving Zhang's hunch people craved creation as much as consumption. But China was saturated. To scale globally, ByteDance needed a fresh face. Enter TikTok, Douyin's international twin, launched in September 2017 for markets like Indonesia and Thailand. It stripped away China-specific features like e-commerce tie-ins, focusing instead on universal joy, duets, effects, and a feed that felt psychic. Funding flowed as growth ignited. By 2017, SoftBank, KKR, and others poured in billions, pushing ByteDance's valuation to $75 billion by late 2018. But the real accelerator was the $1 billion acquisition of Musical.ly in November 2017, a US-based lip-sync app with 60 million teen users, founded by Alex Zhu and Luyu Yang in 2014. Zhu, a former YouTube engineer frustrated by clunky video tools, had built Musical.ly as a fun escape for kids to mimic pop stars. ByteDance saw synergy, merge the apps in August 2018, migrate users seamlessly, and boom, overnight access to Western youth. It wasn't seamless. Teens rebelled at first, mourning musical.ly's, but TikTok sweetened the deal with better tools and that unbeatable algorithm. Within months, downloads surged. By January 2018, it topped app charts in Southeast Asia, and by 2020, 2 billion global installs excluding China. Yet scaling a Chinese app abroad was no dance, it was a high-wire act. TikTok servers buckled under viral storms, like the 2018 In My Feelings challenge that clogged highways and crashed feeds. Zhang recruited global talent, including Disney's Kevin Mayer as CEO in 2020 to navigate Western norms. But the algorithm's magic, prioritizing raw, authentic clips over polished ads, drew fire. Critics called it brain rot for kids, and privacy hawks eyed ByteDance's Beijing roots, fearing data funneled to the Chinese government. In 2019, the US fined TikTok $5.7 million for kid tracking violations. By 2020, amid US-China tensions, then President Trump threatened a ban. Zhang responded with Project Texas in 2022, ring-fencing US data on Oracle servers, hiring American execs like Shou Chu as CEO, and pouring $1.5 billion into safety features like family pairing and under 16 defaults. Still, lawsuits piled up. Nebraska sued in 2024 over teen mental health harms, and a 2025 meta-analysis linked heavy use to anxiety in young women. Competition sharpened the blade. TikTok didn't just enter the arena, it redrew the lines. Giants like Instagram and YouTube, long kings of video, watched in horror as TikTok hit 1 billion users by 2021, faster than Facebook's 9 years. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta panicked, launching Reels in 2020 with $120 million in creator bonuses, copying TikTok's vertical shorts and music library. YouTube Shorts followed, aping the For You feed. Snapchat threw $250 million at influencers. But TikTok outsmarted them with inclusivity. Anyone could go viral, from a grandma's dance to a kid's science hack, fueled by AI that rewarded engagement over followers. It wasn't about features, it was reach. While Instagram curated feeds for the cool kids, TikTok democratized fame, turning unknowns into stars like Charli D'Amelio. 150 million followers by 2021. Brands piled in. Pepsi and Amazon ads hit $4 billion in revenue by 2021, exploding to $14 billion in 2023 via shoppable videos and live sales. The pandemic locked down users' crave connection, and short bursts of joy became essential, adding 500 million users in 2020 alone. Marketing was guerrilla genius. No Super Bowl splash. TikTok leaned on users as amplifiers. Challenges like Number Renegade spread organically, with celebs like Jimmy Fallon and the NFL jumping in for free buzz. Partnerships with artists and influencers built a creator economy. By 2023, top earners like Addison Rae pulled 7 figures. Education got a boost too. Teachers used it for quick lessons, nonprofits for viral campaigns, mirroring how it empowered small creators over gate-kept platforms, but hardships persisted. In 2021, India banned TikTok outright, wiping 200 million users. Albania followed in 2025 after teen violence links. The US saga peaked with a 2024 law mandating ByteDance's divestiture by January 2025. Delayed by Trump-era stays into October. Bids from MrBeast to AI firms floated, but no deal yet. Meta lobbied hard, painting TikTok as a threat to kids, while ByteDance fought with $500 million in lobbying and content takedowns. 340,000 election misinformation videos zapped in 2020. Innovation kept the fire alive. TikTok added 10-minute videos in 2023. E-commerce via TikTok Shop, raking $20 billion in US sales by 2024, and even news feeds to counter doom-scrolling critiques. Zhang, ever the introvert, stepped down as CEO in 2021, citing his blunt style unfit for geopolitics, but stayed chairman until handing reins to Liang in 2023. The team, now 150,000, 90% in China, fostered a 996 hustle culture, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., drawing EEOC complaints, but birthing hits like CapCut editing tools. By 2025, TikTok boasts 1.5 billion users across 150 countries, 40 31% Gen Z, with 90% daily scrolls. ByteDance's revenue hit $155 billion in 2024, and an August 2025 share buyback pegged its valuation at $330 billion, making it the world's priciest startup. Zhang, now 42 and worth $43 billion, retreated to philanthropy, but his shadow looms, a man who turned frustration into fortune. TikTok's true alchemy? It didn't just compete with Instagram or YouTube, it upended them, proving short, silly, human moments could eclipse empires. It launched careers for marginalized voices, sparked global dances during lockdowns, and even influenced elections with its news pivot. From a Beijing bedroom to a cultural juggernaut, Zhang's story isn't about outgunning rivals, it is about hacking human attention, one addictive tap at a time. Despite bans and backlash, TikTok endures, not as a Chinese import, but a universal urge to create, connect, and capture the world's fleeting pulse.